Hi, this is iltisine, and I'm going to show you how to get the faster than light achievement of a sailing speed of 3,000 meters per second in non-warp transportation in Dyson sewer program today. I'm doing this because a friend wanted to know how. I've heard a lot of speculation over what stars are best to use and things like that. I don't have any way to confirm most of this information, and as such, I'm not going to do so. I'm not going to worry about any of the information that I can't confirm. I can show you how to get your sailing speed to 3,000 meters per second outside of work. The one thing I do know, first off, is when you press the shift key, it is your increase for the sailing speed. You can get this to 2,000 meters per second just by holding down shift. Once you get up to that speed, you don't want to hit shift anymore, and I will explain why once we get to the star over here. I'm just using this one. One of the things I've heard is different stars affect this. Again, I have no way to confirm it, but I will be using this one. I would suggest taking some extra fuel with you and taking some extra warpers with you to make sure that you're not going to get stuck out in space anywhere. And probably doing this more towards endgame is a little bit better so that you have a higher regeneration rate for your energy. And you've got a lot more, a larger battery to deal with in general. I'm quite far into the endgame now. And I've got fuel power gen text here. There's mecha core that increases your amount of energy in your core. And then there is energy circuit, which increases the fuel power that you get out of your fuel chamber. You could already see, since I've got close to the star and I'm starting to drift towards it, I'm going up in my sail speed. It's up to 2006 now. The reason I said not to press shift is if you press shift at this point, it actually decelerates you down to 2,000 meters per second. What you want to do is pretty much point yourself at the star. This is a little far away, but you press shift until you get up to 2,000 meters per second, and then you kind of drift here towards the star for a while. You can see how far I'm starting out. Right here is about the orbit of the first planet closest to this blue giant. It's about 8 AU. I was a little bit further when I started, but this is where we're starting the video now. There's going to be a little bit of dead time as you are drifting towards the star. You want to kind of go off center so that you're not aiming directly at it, at least with the strategy that I use. And again, you want to make sure not to press shift. Shift will actually slow you down and wreck your progress for this. You can press W to orient yourself in a different way. If you press W, it will turn you in the direction you are facing. And that way you can kind of adjust where you're flying without actually adjusting your speed at all. We're just doing this as a quick recording, so I apologize for all the extra time here. I want to make sure to capture the entire process, so it's all on the video. This actually gives me more information about it as well. Going from 8 AU to 4.5 AU, we've only gained about 47 meters per second. And I'm kind of curious, looking back at the video after the recording is done, how much of an increase we'll get as we get further to the star. I can see, I'm pretty sure at this point already, it's increasing a lot more rapidly as we approach the star. I don't want to aim directly at it. Actually, let's try that, I guess. Aiming directly at the star. I don't know if that actually increased it any faster than it was beforehand. It seems to have. Science alert up top is because I'm redoing the amount of white science per minute that I'm making at the moment. You get about 2 AU. Aim yourself away from the star so that you get somewhat of a slingshot effect going into it here. This game is beautiful. It's a work of art. If anybody ever asks you if the game is good and if they should try it, just tell them yes. You do seem to get quite a bit of speed being close to the star instead of being further away. I'm trying to hit about 2400 or so right now. I don't want to get too close. When you get to the proper speed, you hit your button to warp and leave the distance of the star. Get a little bit of distance between you and it and turn around. And then when you get about, say, well, a little further than that away, you come out of warp and you keep the speed that you had when you were going into warp. We're going to try that turn again. From a little bit of a greater distance, hopefully, when we arrive back at the star, so that we can have more time to speed up. I would not hit shift even in your warp speed, just in case. I don't want to risk it right now. I don't know if that'll have any effect. There's a good chance one of you may correct me on that. About 4 AU again. We come out of warp then. Angle ourselves in the same way that we were beforehand. Depending on what your warp speed is up to, you may have to spend a little bit more time warping away from the star and coming back to it before you are able to get into a good position to gain speed. I'm just checking. My energy is going to be fine. These are sprayed antimatter rods. I was more looking at the amount of warpers that I brought with me for this journey. There's probably a faster way to do this. I have not done a lot of testing. I know that this works, and that's kind of all I want. I just want to be able to show that part of it off. If we can get about 2800, we'll warp one more time and be able to get it on the return then. Angling yourself a little bit at a further angle away from the star gives you more time to build up speed. I think it builds your speed up a little bit slower though. There's our 2800 at 0.3. We'll warp away. Come back around. Exit warp about 10 AU. That's a little bit further than we probably should have, but we're going really fast already. We are still going to be pulled in by the gravity of the star, being this far away. And we are increasing slower now, being this far away, but we are still increasing. It seems to be about as fast as we were increasing when we first got here. We started 8 AU away. I would suggest at this point probably starting about 4 to 5 AU away and taking a couple more warps to get you up to speed. You really don't seem to gain much past about 5 AU away. Just so everyone knows, the star that I've chosen to do this on is a blue giant. Got an 8.17 radius. I'm not sure what else matters. Maybe the mass, 8.859. Although I'm not sure, again, if that matters or not. That's just in case anybody else out there does have the information on this aspect. Keeping the stars slightly to the left, kind of in between us and the middle of, or the edge of the screen. We should be able to get up to 3,000 meters per second at this point to finish this achievement off. I've got the achievement already. This will be an overwrite for it. This is how I did it the first time as well. And then within 2 AU, your speed increase is definitely a lot faster. And there we are, just over 3,000. Let's try to get to 3,069 and warp away just for the memes. I don't know if that was about the right time or not. Once we get a decent distance away, we'll come out. We're light year. 379. A little bit quick. Ah, well, there we go. And as you can see, if you press shift, you do go back to 2,000 meters per second, just to verify that that is how that works. I'm going to go back to my home star now, and thanks for watching. I hope this helped, and if you have any other achievements you want to see how to get done, leave them in the comments down below. Shout out to Serious Dave for the idea for the video. And you can find his link to his Twitch below, as well as my Twitch. Twitch.tv/iltisine. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Bye.